Et si vous pouviez transformer n'importe quel article web en un épisode de podcast complet en quelques minutes?
C'est exactement ce que promet cet outil open source. Il suffit
Have you ever wondered what Canadian province holds nearly half of the country's military assets?
that is an unusual place to start. But the answer is Nova Scotia.
Wait, really? I would have guessed somewhere much larger.
Most people assume that. But Nova Scotia holds 40% of Canada's military assets, which is substantial for a province with a population just exceeding 1 million people as of 2025.
That's a fascinating hook for a place I honestly don't hear much about. Where exactly is Nova Scotia again?
It is a province in Canada's Maritimes region, located on the nation's east coast. The name literally means New Scotland, and the Scottish influence remains strong there today.
So it is the most populous province in Atlantic Canada, you mentioned. What drives that population concentration?
Halifax is the main driver. It is the capital and largest city, housing over 45% of the province's residents. That kind of urban concentration shapes everything about the region's economy and culture.
That's a huge portion in one city. When did Nova Scotia become part of Canada?
It joined Canadian Confederation on July 1st, 1867, making it one of the original provinces. But the history goes back much further than that.
How far back are we talking?
The land was originally inhabited by the Mi'kmaq people before European colonization. France founded Acadia there in 1605, establishing one of the earliest European settlements in North America.
So it started as French territory. When did that change?
British rule was formally recognized in 1713 following the Treaty of Utrecht. That treaty ended the War of Spanish Succession and reshaped the colonial map significantly.
And I imagine the population shifted after that?
Correct. The province saw significant migration after the American Revolutionary War, when thousands of loyalists settled in the region. These were people who remained loyal to the British Crown and left the newly formed United States.
That must have transformed the local culture and economy.
It did. And Nova Scotia achieved another notable milestone in 1848. It became the first British colony to achieve responsible government, meaning it gained control over its own internal affairs.
That's a big deal for democratic governance. What about the geography? You mentioned it is the second smallest province by area.
Yes, and the geography is quite distinctive. It comprises the Nova Scotia Peninsula, Cape Breton Island, and 3,800 coastal islands. That extensive coastline has
Have you ever wondered what Canadian province holds nearly half of the country's military assets?
that is an unusual place to start. But the answer is Nova Scotia.
Wait, really? I would have guessed somewhere much larger.
Cultural and economic hub on Canada's Atlantic coast.
So we have a province with deep indigenous roots, layered colonial history, a strong connection to the sea, and an economy that is both thriving in niches and struggling in broader measures.
That is a fair summary.
This.
Look beyond the headline numbers. Nova Scotia shows how a region can be economically challenged in aggregate while still being a global leader in specific exports. It also demonstrates how recognition of Indigenous heritage can coexist with colonial history.
And if you want to explore further, consider looking into the Mi'kmaq history of the region or the economic impact of those lobster exports we mentioned.
Both are worth your time. Understanding regional economies means understanding their specific strengths, not just their overall GDP figures.